Hey, tonight we're going to be collectors in the Tang Dynasty, but a friendly reminder, you might not even afford the stalls in the West Market, where the prices are so high they'd put modern scalpers to shame. A mere 3-inch tall clay figurine could cost you half a year's worth of Hu-style pancakes in Chang'an. This isn't shopping, it's outright robbery. You're squeezed into the bustling crowd of the West Market, where the stench of sweat mixes with the perfume of foreign dancers, making it even more suffocating than the morning rush hour on subway line 1. Suddenly, a glint of light blinds you. A row of clay figurines on a stall are smiling at you. Some wear lapel-collared Hu-style robes, looking like Tang Dynasty trendsetters. Others sport falling horse buns, the epitome of ancient goddess sisters. There's even a drunken man with his chest exposed, perfectly recreating a post-curfew scene in Pingkang Alley. Newly arrived mohaluo. Special for Qixi Festival. The stall owner bangs on a ceramic basin, shouting like a modern livestream host yelling, "Family, countdown, 3, 2, 1, links up." Curious, you step closer and notice the clay figurines in the basin begin to fade in water, revealing hidden golden patterns underneath. What the heck? Is this the Tang Dynasty version of a blind box with hidden surprises? Even more impressive, a sign next to them reads, "Collect all 12 zodiac signs and get a gilded base." These marketing tactics would make modern merchants bow in respect. Move. Move. A young lady wearing a veil shoves you aside and slams 2 strings of Kaiyun Tongbao coins on the table. "I want that one with the sheer gauze, cash." You glance at your own pitifully empty purse, where the few copper coins inside couldn't even buy a figurine's base. Suddenly, you understand why Du Fu wrote, "Behind red doors, meat and wine go to waste." This isn't shopping. It's a dimensional attack from 1,000 years ago. The irony hits you when you notice the stall owner using a balance scale to weigh the coins, identical to the ones in modern jewelry stores. Some things never change, from ancient times to now. Nearby, a scholar-type customer gasps at the price tag, his expression mirroring that of a modern person seeing today's housing prices. Sneaking into a corner of a Persian shop, you feel like a shady, antique dealer. The silver-edged sandalwood box exudes an exotic aura, or maybe it's just the overpowering smell of wool felt, so strong it could make modern air fresheners quit on the spot. The Persian merchant Abu haggles in accented official Tang speech, his pronunciation harder to decipher than Indian English. When his rough fingers lift a corner of the wool felt, you nearly scream. Inside are neatly stacked 20-some clay figurines, each wrapped in madder-dyed linen, like some underground artifact trade. If this were modern times, it'd be enough to get the antique appraisal TV crew calling the police. Mohaluo, handle with care. Abu suddenly turns and grins at you, his gold tooth gleaming under the oil lamp like a walking rich guy meme. That's when you notice one figurine's skirt is adorned with gold leaf, sparkling in the dim light. If this were today, it'd be a limited edition gilded collectible, displayed under bulletproof glass. The sudden jingle of camel bells outside makes Abu snap the lid shut. Wait, did you just hear a click from inside the box? Do these clay figures throw parties at night? You shiver, reminded of the plot from Night at the Museum. The funniest part is Abu's accounting method, using a quill to scribble crooked symbols on papyrus, his bookkeeping skills worse than a modern elementary student's doodles. In the corner, a few unpainted blanks wear Roman glass masks, looking like half-finished Marvel superhero action figures. As you trace the folds of a figurine's skirt, it hits you, this is like a 3D printed fashion magazine from the Tang Dynasty. The little clay doll with a falling horse bun has 12 different intricate patterns on its skirt, from linked pearls to floral motifs, as if wearing court ladies adorning their hair with flowers on its body. The old craftsman's fingernails are embedded with cinnabar and lapis lazuli powder, glittering brighter than modern nail art gems. His calloused fingers gently rotate the clay mold, reminding you of modern collectible artisans painting under magnifying glasses. This one's modeled after the murals in Princess Yongtai's tomb, the old craftsman says, lifting a speck of gold powder with a bamboo stick. As the gold settles on the clay, you almost see a Tang Dynasty girl applying her makeup. Wait, Why is her selfie pose identical to a modern influencer's? The rice-sized mother-of-pearl inlays on the figurine's hairpin shimmer with rainbow hues, a holographic effect that would make today's toy designers gasp. You instinctively reach for your phone to take a picture, only to remember this is the Tang Dynasty. If social media existed, this figurine's 9 square grid photos would drown in likes. The piece de resistance is the special edition. The old craftsman pulls from the bottom of the box a female figurine dressed in men's attire, with a tiny wine flask at her waist. "This one's modeled after Princess Pingyang," he whispers, winking. Young ladies secretly buy these to hide in their vanity cases. Suddenly, it clicks, this is the ancient version of an independent woman collectible. The craftsman lowers his voice even further. "Last month, we made a female emperor on tour set, but the authorities confiscated it." This plotline is juicier than modern news about scalped limited editions. The makeup details on the figurines are jaw-dropping. The floral designs between their brows are made with real crushed pearls, their lips painted with sandalwood dye mixed with western spices, emitting a faint fragrance up close. Now you understand why poets wrote, "Her makeup often drew envy." With craftsmanship like this, a modern beauty blogger could create a viral Tang Dynasty makeup tutorial. When the old craftsman opens a faded wooden box, you almost yell, "Isn't this the Tang Dynasty version of Lego?" Inside are 3-inch-tall miniature Hu-style beds, gilded armrests, and silver incense burners, each with detachable parts so finely crafted they put modern building blocks to shame. The most outrageous is a functional rotating pipa. Its 4 strings made from real shoe ice silk. Materials like this would trend under hashtag ancient craftsmen were too hardcore today. The scene figurines stacked in the corner are the Tang Dynasty's The Sims, a maidservant grinding tea with visible tea residue in the mortar. 2 scholars mid-game, with a black piece placed at the board's center. And the piece de resistance, a drunken foreign merchant whose leather pouch, when squeezed, actually oozes grape-scented liquid. This level of detail would embarrass modern 3D printed collectibles. Last month, a noble ordered a night banquet at Chang'an Set. The craftsman gestures with clay-caked fingers. 24 musician figurines alone, each with playable instruments. You suddenly recall modern electronic collectibles that light up and make sounds. Turns out Tang people had already played this game centuries ago. The most shocking is a figurine's wine cup, so thin it's translucent, with the inscription "Drink one for yourself" at the bottom. This isn't a toy. It's a miniature work of art. When Merchant Abu drags you mysteriously into the back room, you're hit by a musty mix of frankincense and mildew, the scent of history. As he lifts the lid of a gilded wooden box, you're nearly blinded. 12 clay figurine molds are neatly arranged. Inside, each stamped with Imperial Household at the bottom, like an official anti-counterfeit seal. These were modeled after designs gifted by Consort Yang, Abu says, carefully unrolling a yellowed blueprint with silk-gloved hands. A cloud of dust rises as you spot the label "Made in the 3rd year of Tianbao," and the figurine's skirt patterns match the gold ornaments excavated from Yang Guifei's tomb. The chubby baby figurine at the top still has half a smear of rouge on its face. Suddenly, it dawns on you, is this a scaled-down replica of the consort herself? Back then, the palace demanded 300 a month. Abu abruptly falls silent as official boots clack outside. You notice serial numbers finely engraved inside the molds, from Jiazi to Guihai, a management system more meticulous than modern assembly lines. A fragment of gold leaf sticks to one mold's edge, gleaming like a modern collectible's special edition bonus. Staring at a deep-eyed foreigner figurine, you realize its glass bead necklace is identical to a Persian vintage piece you bought online, except this one's authentic, with heart-shaped bubbles inside. The craftsman pries open the figurine's lapel with a knife. See? There's a Nestoran cross hidden here. Wow, this is like a walking encyclopedia of Silk Road culture. Even more impressive is the dancing figurine's gilded belt, clearly engraved with winged horse motifs matching Samarkand murals. When you rotate another figurine's base, a half-exposed tattoo on its ankle reveals it's a Nanzhao slave marker. These palm-sized clay sculptures are a mashup of Tang's multiculturalism. One figurine's pupils catch your eye. The irises are made from 5 layers of differently colored clay, shifting from amber to dark green in the light. Suddenly, you recall modern BJD doll eye technology. Turns out ancient people had mastered iris gradient over a millennium ago. The funniest is a note hidden in a figurine's collar. In Sogdian, Chang'an prices are too damn high, proof that workers' complaints transcend time. Just as you examine the color-shifting pupils, the craftsman mysteriously pulls you aside. From a brocade pouch, he produces a special figurine. This little official wears a robe and has a movable fish tally at its waist. Modeled after a 5th-rank official, he whispers. The engraving on the tally matches the real thing. Squinting, you see the tiny characters left department of the Imperial Secretariat, every stroke precise. The real shocker comes next. The craftsman twists the figurine's head, and its mouth opens, revealing a tiny tongue and teeth. Custom made for the Imperial Medical Office, he boasts. For acupuncture practice. Now you notice the figurine's body is dotted with needle-sized acupoint marks, with names like Windgate and Lung Shu, written in cinnabar, on its back. This isn't a toy, it's professional teaching material. As you marvel, chaos erupts outside. Officials are searching shops, and the craftsman hastily hides the special figurine. They're cracking down. He wipes sweat. Anything with mechanisms is now deceptive trickery. You recall modern too realistic collectibles confiscated by customs. Some censorship standards never change. During the Lantern Festival, the West Market glows brighter than a modern mall's Christmas sale. Hiding behind a stall selling Kunlun slave masks, you overhear a familiar squabble. 2 veiled noblewomen are brawling over a figurine, one scarf fraying like a modern sneaker release riot. I saw this one first. The green-robed girl stomps, clutching a sheer gauze figurine with gold peony embroidery visible under light. The stall owner pacifies them with a brocade box. Don't fight, ladies, this feather dress special edition just arrived. Before he finishes, their nails simultaneously claw the silk. You notice this limited edition figurine skirt is studded with real pearls that clink with every step. Sharp, ancient craftsmen were next level. In the crowd, a familiar Sogdian boy pickpockets a figurine with sleight of hand that'd shame modern thieves. A sign reads "No bargaining," with a crossed-out foreign merchant caricature, a take-it-or-leave-it policy straight out of modern tourist traps. Suddenly, a commotion. A noblewoman's figurine shatters, revealing tiny gears inside. This Mohaluo can dance. The stall owner stammers, but it's too late. So Tang Dynasty already had mechanical collectibles. The ultimate irony? A slip floats out, 3-month warranty. Turns out after-sales service is older than we thought. Carrying the governor's wife's custom gift box through Chongren Alley, the ding-dong sounds inside make it a walking music box. Her order is the Tang version of a smart parenting kit. 12 articulated figurines act out scenes. A nursing mother's fingers bend to cradle. A maid's waist holds real silk diapers. Even an old doctor's spoon scoops sesame-sized herbs. Perfect for teaching my foolish maid, the wife demonstrates with a gold hairpin. The baby's mouth is a movable mechanism. Each figurine's joints hide secrets. The doctor's pot contains real herb dregs that emit faint scent. The best is a feverish baby figurine with a wax forehead that turns from yellow to red when heated, more sensitive than modern thermometers. A figurine's arm snaps off. No matter, the wife says casually. Take it to South Alley's Jiao, 10 extra coins will fix it. She opens a hidden compartment. Inside are spare parts. This modular design predates Lego by 12 centuries. The deluxe edition is mind-blowing, a miniature house where figurines automatically act out scenes when doors open. A tea maid performs the entire tea-making process, smoother than modern robots. Modeled after palace teaching tools, the wife preens. My son mastered tea ceremony at 3. When the craftsman pulls a camel figurine from his sleeve, you're puzzled until he presses its hump, and the workshop echoes with camel bells for 10 full seconds. Western merchant's mechanics, he grins, twisting its neck to switch to a hujia melody. This is entry level, the real gem's debut at the Winter Solace Court banquet. The camel's colored glaze eyes shift from jade green to umber, a technique that awe even modern craftsmen. The double bun maiden figurine's lips part when her hairpin is touched, singing half a line of Liangzhou song. All the sound-making figurines have pinprick air holes behind their ears. The Yingzhong blow technique, the craftsman whispers, showing a hair-thin copper tube filled with mercury and cinnabar. Temperature changes before he finishes. The maiden sneezes, last night's cold messed with the mechanism. This precision rivals modern voice-controlled toys. The defective corner is a riot. A twirling dancer figurine topples mid-spin, faulty center of gravity. A watchman figurine jams at midnight like a dying battery. The funniest is a scribe figurine that writes backward, proof that system bugs existed in Tang times. The craftsman sighs at a wine-pouring merchant figurine, spills half every time, 3 fixes, still broken. You think of your jammed printer, some tech frustrations are timeless. The warehouse's crowning glory is a life-sized mechanical maiden that grinds ink, spreads paper, and paints orchids when cranked. Custom for the palace, the craftsman pants. Over 300 gears. Her wrist joints are densely packed with precision copper mechanisms, clicking like modern robotic arms. A delivery boy leads you through a dog hole into a sweltering underground workshop reeking of clay and sweat. 20 craftsmen work like human 3D printers, one slaps gold foil so fast it blurs. The north wall's mold display has hundreds of drying casts for every body part, standardization rivaling modern assembly lines. The patchwork method, the boy says, showing a figurine head's mortise tenon neck joint, miniaturized architecture. A master mixes hemp fibers into clay, like modern concrete reinforcement. Prevents cracks during firing, the boy grins. Like boba in your milk tea. The for defective figurines is hilarious, lopsided heads, meme-worthy, mismatched limbs, abstract art, a gilded lady with half her face burnt black, Tang Dynasty's Two-Face. The boy kicks them, we'll recycle them like plastic bottles. A curtain lifts, revealing 3 craftsmen around a crank-operated, turntable painting unpainted figurines. Our Tianbao assembly line, the boy brags. 300 daily, beat that, 3D printers. The identical products, down to smile, curvature, shut you up. 2 Sogdian merchants nearly duel over the last in Lushan dancing set. One flashes a wolf chest tattoo, our Ken ordered this. The other slams down a goose egg-sized gem, triple price. The rug under an Lushan's feet matches historical sun worship rugs. The stall owner diffuses tension with a sandalwood box, inside lies a sheer gauze Yang Guifei figurine, pearl water droplets on her hair, a real shell bathtub carved with waves. A shattered An Lushan reveals rammed earth mixed with horsehair and a Fanyang official make, stamp, oh. The crowd flees. You inspect the fragments, gold threads in the clay? This craftsmanship deserves intangible cultural heritage status. The craftsman's vermilion palette suddenly glows gold. Peacock stone and lead oxide make rainbow skirt color, he says, brushing it on, the red flows like liquid, shifting from crimson to purple, finally settling into vivid blood red. Now you understand Yunjin's line, blood red silk skirt stained by wine, this dye bleeds in water, more realistic than modern chemicals. Another jar holds a weird blue-purple sludge, last year's night-crying vine from Zhongnan Mountain. Under candlelight it glows neon green, ancient glow in the dark paint. His fading technique is genius, a special solution makes clothes fade from goose yellow to moon white, mimicking wear. For courtesans rehearsing feather dress dance, he says, showing rain-soaked pear, blossom, figurines, water activates stained fabrics and smudged makeup. Japanese envoys pack figurines in Wu silk, even bottling West Market soil. Chang'an earth grows Chang'an colors, their translator says. Naniwa craftsmen failed for 10 years. One figurine wears imperial robes, its fish tally splitting perfectly, a replica so exact it's eerie. A scribe copies the figurine's crude Tianbao inscription, this will inspire Japan's Tenpyo calligraphy. When one breaks, the envoy weeps, wrapping fragments in silk, our national treasure. You see plain clay inside, the power of cultural reverence. They record the craftsman's offhand at some West Market soil as a mystical recipe, 3 scoops under Juche Avenue's 3rd brick. Even fallen leaves are sacredly bagged. In a storm, you bury molds under a pear tree, rain chilling your bones. The craftsman trembles, he's wrapping Consort Yang's chubby baby mold in oiled paper like swaddling a child. Lightning reveals figurines melting in the rain, cinnabar rivers, swirling gold flakes. A singing maiden's glass eyes reflect distant flames, her song forever silenced. Take this. The craftsman shoves a package, half a who spin dance mold. That bastard in Lushan, Fine Young Workshops. His curses drown in thunder. The mold's interior has hair-thin grooves, it's a dance tutorial, not a toy. Hooves approach. He shoves you, go. As you flee, he smashes the last Chang'an variety show mechanical figurine, its final click, sounds like snapping bones. Rain unseals your package, a yellowed recipe with a doodled smiley and remember West Market's sun, arrows ignite the silk shops. Melting figurines dance in the flames. Millennia later, in a museum, you freeze, a chipped figurine's base reveals half a gilded, crabapple pattern. The label says Tang Dynasty Repair, but you recognize the craftsman's anti-fake mark from that stormy night. In the glass's reflection, you almost see him grinning, cinnabar still under his nails. The figurine's hollow eyes gleam like the maiden's glass orbs reflecting fire. Alarms blip, guards blame static. Did its smile shift 0.1 millimeter? Your pocket holds the oiled cloth scrap, its smiley matches the exhibit. Outside, rain falls. A viral video shows a 3D printed, singing Tang figurine, warbling bells in the rain. Comments cheer, tech revives relics. But under neon lights, you recall the craftsman's last words, the real song was never in the gears. The city's lights blur like scattered stars. The clay's rough warmth, Abu's curry accent, lantern lit, pearls clinking, these memories fade like coffee steam. Yet these palm-sized figurines carried livelier histories than textbooks. The craftsman's calloused hands, the Sogdian boy's grin, Abu's gold tooth, these details whisper truths no chronicle could. Your phone buzzes, where are you? You look up, between clouds, ancient starlight touches your shoulders, like those figurines' timeless gaze. Museum relics stay silent. We become the new storytellers. The night air smells of rain and earth. You toss your cup and walk on. Behind you, convenience store lights ripple in puddles like West Market lanterns reflected in Tang Dynasty rain. The figurines' tales, the craftsman's genius, ordinary lives' joys and sorrows, they flow on through time, carried by your footsteps. The end. Good night.